Hello YouTubers, this is going to be a little Harbor Freight Workbench review, box opening. I just cut the straps and opened the box and kind of let you see what you get in the box. Wow, yeah, it's looks like it's going to be a fun one, but I'm definitely not going to, it takes way too much time for me to try to do the assembly video of this, but I definitely want you to kind of see what to expect when you open the box, and then I might as I increment along, take a few short videos of the process of putting it together. But basically, I'm going to sit down now and read the manual and start putting this sucker together, see what we end up with. Okay, YouTubers, this is, believe it or not, this is page 1 completed on the Harbor Freight Workbench. A couple things I learned. Really pay attention where you put the bolts in which holes. I've had to move them around 2 or 3 times. Granted, this is my first time to put one together, but even really looking at the instructions, really tricky to make sure you get them in the right holes, and everything just at finger tight. But as you can see, I basically have gotten the frame together now of page 1. But so far, I mean, it goes together pretty easy, but it's definitely it's a puzzle, and you need to pay attention as you go along which holes go with which screws and which way they face and at what height, etc. So anyway, I'll continue on. Okay, I'm on page 2 of the Harbor Freight Workbench. Yeah, that's their pages are quite, they don't look bad, but man, there's a lot to a page. But anyway, I thought I'd break here, and in fact, I think I'm gonna go eat something and take a break. I've been timing it and right at an iron 50 minutes into this so far since I cut the box open and pulled it out. But there you go. Everything's still loose as far as the bolts. They tell you not to tighten everything till you get it. A couple suggestions is definitely pay attention to whether the metal overlaps to the outside or to the inside, because it will matter. And most everything seems to lap to the inside, but definitely pay attention to that, or you'll be taking a bunch of bolts out and reworking it. Believe me, I know. But anyway, so far, here's kind of what she looks like. Like I said, that's page 2. Getting ready to go to page 3. Like I said, I'm going to take a little break and get back after this after I have a meal. So talk at you later. This is Electron Man. Okay, YouTubers. Well, page 3's done now. And guess what? There's only 3 pages to do. But yeah, it's done. I'll get another picture. It's amazing how much they crammed into 3 pages. But you know, I'm amazed. I really, so far, really impressed as far as, like, I didn't have any problem with any bolt hole lining up. Every single part was here. They weren't wild with it. Out of me completing this, now that I finished it, here's what I had extra. And I keep looking, thinking, why did they leave that one extra? It must have been an accident. Someone over in Asia is probably in trouble for giving me one extra bolt and nut. But literally, that's it. But I spent 15 minutes looking around trying to see if I missed another bolt. But I had one extra bolt out of that whole thing. But I really like it. The drawers, they're smooth. They're ball bearing drawers. They actually snap a lot. They're smooth. There's the bottom. Power strip, by the way. They got me on that one. The power strip, I didn't notice it on page 1. They showed mounting that thing. Please, if you're building one of these, make sure you take time to notice that, because it was a real pain in the tail to get in there at the end. I had to lay underneath the floor and flashlight, and yeah, you want to do that before you put that piece on the frame. But anyway, other than that, I really didn't run into any problems with it. I'll get it situated here, and I'll get it lit up and kind of wiped down, and we'll take a final view of it. But like I said, I'm impressed. And stability wise, I mean, it really, I wouldn't be rebuilding 300-pound transmissions on it, but definitely for a hobbyist or just for a garage workbench, man, this is more than enough. Definitely a nice little solid table to work on. I say small. I think it's, I'd have to get the dimensions out, but I know it's about 4 feet by 2 feet, basically. Anyway, got a little pegboard, and there's the top of the top shelf. But like I said, let me get her slid in here and finished up and situated, and I'll get one last video of a completed project. By the way, it took me a little over 3 hours, maybe 3.5 hours, to complete this, from opening the box to completion. Next time I could probably do it in 2.5 hours, because I definitely had to go back and unscrew some screws and move some screws around, because I had plates on the inside where they should be on the outside. But anyway, I'd say 3.5-4 hours for the average builder. I did it by myself. You can do it one person. It's a little bit, you kind of got to plan ahead to do it that way, but it's definitely, as you can see, I put this completely together by myself, so it's definitely doable. But let me get this situated, wiped down, and then we'll get one final view of it. And there you go, guys. There's my finished Harbor Freight workbench. I'm really pretty happy with it. I think most of the reviews I read are pretty accurate. It's a nice little bench for the price. I mean, I really like it. I'm happy with it. Assembly, 3.5 hours, 3 to 3.5 hours. Probably next time, if you built them every day, you could probably get it down to 1.5 to 2 hours. But for my first time, I'm really happy with it. It's some people said they're wobbly and stuff. Apparently, they weren't really tightening them good, because this thing's really solid. I'm really impressed with after you get everything tightened and bolted together and everything. It's really a pretty stable workbench. Other than, I wouldn't be on there pounding heavy items, with a hammer or sledgehammer, but for everyday use, I think it's a great workbench. And I mean, at the price point, I really don't know how they manufactured for that. I like the drawers slide and roll nice. They're really kind of, they're decent. I could nitpick it, but like I said, at price point, I really like them. And this is, a homework office, so basically I'm going to use it to work on computers and stuff like that. And you could not go wrong with it for that. But anyway, I hope you like my little box opening, I guess, assembly and review of the Harbor Freight workbench. Please take a minute and subscribe to the Electron Man, and you know what? Have a good day. This is the Electron Man. This video was produced by me, the Electron Man. And hey, if you get a chance, subscribe. It helps me out. And have a good day.